So I decided to pick up the M&P 40 caliber, also known as the 10 millimeter standard version. No safety because I plan on putting a crimson trace on. If you want a laser grip called a crimson trace, they're the best on the market. And you have an M&P, you can't have it with the safety on. As a matter of fact, let me show you real quick. I also have the 9 millimeter M&P, but it's the compact model. So if you're wondering, there's the crimson trace, and that little notch there's the safety that would get in the way. If you're wondering why this is the 22 LR, I just got this because it's cheap bullets to practice with the same frame as the standard of this. One thing though is this holds 13 bullets if you count the chamber, 12 plus 1. It's very light. The bullets in this really add a lot of weight. It's much heavier. Maybe even twice as heavy, I would say. Bullets I carry in it are Hornady, critical, self-defense, hollow points. It's basically what is it? Hollow point with a rubber stopper for a little bit extra penetration. I got the M&P9 compact because that was my first semi-auto. I wanted the compact so it would be a little smaller. This is 12 plus 1 shots, just like the 22 LR. The 22 LR is $400 compared to these two, which are $550 each. This guy, like I said, I got to practice with these two with very cheap ammo. A 22 LR is 20 bullets or 500 bullets for $20 as opposed to 50 bullets for $20 for one of these two. These usually run about like 30 to 35 bullets for $30 to $35 for 50 bullets. The 9s run around $20 for 50. So the magazine capacity in this, the M&P 40, is 15 plus 1, which is 16, so I'm really only getting 3 more shots out of it as opposed to the 9. So why would I do it? Especially when they have this adapter now on eBay where you can put a standard size M&P9 grip on this and extend it and get that many shots out of a standard. It adds 5 bullets to it, so you have like 18 shots. I'll try to bring that up at the end of the review. So why'd I buy this guy? I wanted a little bit more firepower for my semi-auto, since it's already 15 shots plus 1, 16 shots. I have a shoulder holster I use, which carries 2 extra magazines here. So also, the other reason is a lot of the pretty much every single holster that I own for the compact, and some of the magazine holsters, work with both this guy, the double stacked standard 40, and the 9 millimeter, the gun holsters as well as the mags. So as for performance, the 9 millimeter compact, if I just set it up, you'll see that there's a lot of space. Sorry, my hands are shaking here. There's a lot of space in between the back 2 rear sights and the front. This one just has a hairbreadth length to it, but there's a good amount of space that it doesn't take up compared to the other one, and that adds to the accuracy a lot. For those of you who've shot a rifle, you know you can pretty much shoot any rifle accurately at 100 yards just looking down the standard sights. If you shot a pistol, you realize it's not that easy. So, I mean, I laid this down, leveled it out, put my arms on a secure surface when I was at the range, and shot it at 15 yards and bullseyed it in between the silhouette head. Now, for me, that's impressive. I'm not a constant shot with these things, but this guy here, that would be very hard to do. The accuracy I have at, let's say, 15 yards for this is the accuracy I have at 7, maybe 10 yards for this. That's why I have this little Crimson Trace thing here. And how the Crimson Trace works is I put them on all my guns that I use for carry or self-defense. This is just a practice gun. So, you grip it, and there's a little button in the back right here, and the button below that turns the laser off. So if you want to use it at the range and compete with your friends, you can. So once you grip it, naturally the laser goes on, and that's what I want to do with this. That's why I got it with no safety. As for recoil, the recoil, even though the bullet's bigger with this because it's the standard size and it's heavy, it's still less than the 9mm compact. The compact shortness of it gives it a much bigger kick. You'll also notice that if you shoot a 357 snub nose compared to a 357 6-inch barrel compared to a 8-inch barrel, and also a rifle has barely any kick compared to the others. So basically all you're getting is like maybe an inch, a little less than an inch in length for those sights to line up, but they line up just right, if you ask me. And the compact, it's great. I love the compact. I can't get rid of it because I own what is it, 5 different magazines for it, the Crimson Trace, and the gun already, and it was my first gun. It's never gonna go. If it wasn't my first gun and I didn't have so much stuff I bought with it, I'd probably trade it in just to upgrade this easier, and then maybe buy the 380 Bodyguard by Smith and Wesson. You can probably tell that I'm a bit of a Smith and Wesson fan. I also got the Governor, which shoots 410 bore Smith and Wesson Governor, 410 bore, 45 ACP moon clips, and 45 Colts. And we also got the Model 60 357 extended grip with the Crimson Trace. So it's got a little pop and kick to it. It does. Pretty close to the 9mm compact. If you want less pop and kick and more bullets, go for the 9mm version of this. Also, the bullets will be cheaper. I got this because I wanted my ideal carry gun. I realized that carrying the compact of the 9mm, the weight and size difference, it's there, but it's not there enough for me to feel more safe with this instead. I figure if I'm in a situation where the guy's a distance away and he's shooting, I would much rather have this than this. And if he's not a big distance away, I also carry my Governor. So I carry a lot, and I'm not that big. I'm only 150 pounds, but I use a shoulder holster for one, so that's how I get away with that. Works great. So you guys take care, and also this is the M&P for the 22LR is a much different gun. It's a standard size and still only holds as many bullets as the 9mm compact. And the 9mm compact, this is a 9mm bullet, almost exactly the same as this 40 cal, which is 10mm in diameter. And these are single stacked. That's why you only get 13 shots, just like the 9mm compact, while you have a standard size gun. If you're going to get a 22 to carry for self-defense, you can get one that is like a third of the size of this and holds like 9 bullets instead of this big bulky gun, but I got this to practice with these two, so, and I do very well in the practicing with these two. The only difference between this and these two pretty much is the kick. There's barely any kick on a 22 LR. If you want to close up at the bullet, that's what a 22, let me take it out for you. I'll get all 3 bullets, take them out. I also use Hornady critical self-defense for my 9mm as well. So, what you have here is the 22 LR, that little black thing, that's the bullet. These 2 little things on top, that's the bullet on there. The rest are the casings with the gunpowder. This is just a little bit wider, and that's the big difference between the two. But, you know, I've been doing my homework. It turns out that law enforcement is starting to prefer the, what is it, the 10mm or 40 caliber Smith and Wesson. Nobody ever calls it the 10mm, by the way. I just do for some reason. But the 40 cal Smith and Wesson is what that bullet's called. The 9mm is pretty much has been the standard bullet for a long time. It's an excellent bullet. I've read so many magazines where they rate the best bullets out there, and pretty much every one of them puts the 9mm on top. The rest go from here to there, but 9mm is always in the top 3. If it's not, that magazine doesn't know what it's talking about. So you guys take care and see ya.